Hey, this is Monday, December 7th, and Tuesday, December 8th. And yes, there is a kid in the date. Yes, she is Emma Zeke into the word today. You are correct. Good Zeke recognition skills. And we're going to get into more of outsiders things and do more reading. I do not believe we get into any really sad parts today, which is good, except for going over the quiz. And for some of you guys, that is a sad part because some kids struggled on some of the questions. But overall, you guys didn't do too horribly. I have delivered my final round of books. I have no more books to be delivered, not because everyone has gotten one. I still have like 5 kids in this class who have not gotten their books yet. But I figure at this point, if you don't want it, I'm not going to force you to take it. And if you have not finished your Outsiders quiz, you're going to want to go finish Outsiders quiz because it's, we're going to be giving you the answers here in a second. And we get to bring back the wonderful joy of gambling today. Although I think I am going to try and do it a little bit differently. We'll see what happens. I have an idea to give you guys a chance. All right. Book, covered that. Again, if you need the Outsiders page, blah, blah, it's just the old stuff. YouTube link, again, we'll show you guys a thing. We're going to get to our checkpoints from there. Can we still request it? Maybe. That's sort of an interesting request. You can just have me randomly show up and creepily pet your door. Why would I ever say no to me just creepily petting your front door? I did realize, one, the only people who requested me to ding dong ditch were from my advanced classes, and every single person that requested me to ding dong ditch has a Ring doorbell. So I'm assuming you were doing it just because you wanted a video of me coming up to your door like a bunch of weird hoodlum kids. But every time I had to go up there, there was a Ring doorbell staring back at me. I had to ring it. And Ring doorbells sound weird too. They're like, wing, ding dong, wing, ba ba, bing, bing, wing, wing. I'm like, what is going on? I just ran away screaming. It seemed to solve the problem. But for those of you who requested me to ding dong ditch, I did, and I committed, and I did not fall down in your yard, unlike my daughter who tried it and fell. All right, and then there. An Outsiders quiz. Let's do a reviewy thing and try to speed through it. That is not how it sounded. It did not sound like ding dong ding. There's a whole bunch of other weird sounds that popped up into it. So, congratulations to Talbot, who inspired Chat Challenge Champions, which is now a new thing that is going to be happening called Chat Challenge Champions. And each week I'll be posting my Chat Challenge Champions. If you place in the top 3 5 times, you become a Chat Challenge Champion and you get yourself shouted out. Owen, you got top billing because you were my first one to get Chat Challenge Champion, so go you. But you inspired Tyler Maynard, who decided to try and topple you. And then the fact that both of you guys did it inspired my 5th period with Jamira and Caleb, which then inspired my 7th period, which was Jackson, BB, and Drew. And then Jackson was the one that gambled with me and said that he could get into the Chat Challenge Champions. If not, I get to charge him points. If he won, I had to shout out his Twitch channel. And apparently he did win, so I had to shout out his Twitch channel. And so he added gambling into the whole thing to make it even more fun. Yes, Talbot, you do have a legacy. Nicely. Now, hopefully, Talbot, you continue to flex on people because we're going to start a whole new round this week, keeping track of my Chat Challenge challenge. Wow, that is quite the tongue twister. I'm just going to have to give up on that altogether. Did you just throw shade at BB? BB absolutely deserved it. And she even performed a victory dance, which had all kinds of really creepy wiggling involved into it. But apparently she's a dancer and it just comes naturally to her. But yeah, she actually owned that one. So it's pretty impressive. All right. That's fine. Oh, yeah, no, I don't get that. But that's okay. Don't let it stop you from making random references to books that no one else has read. You keep doing that one. All right.
Avery has read them.
I know. You've mentioned Avery before, and as soon as you said it, Avery's head started bobbling up and down, like my C-3PO bobblehead there. It was like the exact same thing. All right. I didn't want to see it either, but it did not stop me from seeing it. All right. So now we get to go into it. I tell you that because we're going to get into our first rounds of chat challenging here in a moment as we start going through quiz. I'm going to try and do speedier version of quiz as we sort of go through it here. Let's see. Again, I had kids request a slight change to gambling. So here is my slight change to gambling. I will still allow you to gamble twice, but here's my change to it. If you would like to, instead of gambling on just high or low, you can gamble by picking a number. And if you get 2 to either side of that number, you also win your 3 points. So if you pick like 85, you can go all the way up from 87 to 83. And so if you pick that one, that gives you like a 5-number range, 2 above it and 2 below it. If you hit it, you also win. If you don't hit that number, then you also lose. But again, you have to put it into chat. If you don't put it into chat, then you're going to be out of luck as far as that goes. Eli, what's up, Eli?
I can't see you. Like, it says your video's on, but I can't like see you.
Let me double check by looking at other kids' heads. Can you see me and my, yes. So Eli, this is apparently is a you issue. I don't know what to tell you on that one. All the other kids.
Because you're like,
it's not a you issue.
I think it's like the spotlight thingy. When
Yeah,
you spotlight your
you
video.
Spotlight, can't see you.
Yeah, I think it's because you're spotlighted.
Yeah.
We can't see you.
Weird,
Because
well, the other part of it, apparently, if you updated it, you have to go in and change a thing. You have to, like, I don't know, some other kid told me that when I do this, if I don't do the spotlight, if I take off the spotlight, then I move. Let's try this. I remove spotlight.
I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suddenly appear to you now because now I'm not spotlighted.
yeah,
Yeah,
now I can.
Yeah,
we
I
can
can see now.
Interesting. All right.
And we can still see the thing about the
All right.
thing that you're sharing screen.
Well, we'll give it a try. So if I go back to, hang on, let's try again. So if I go back to, did I disappear?
You did while you were screen sharing, yeah.
Well, I screen share the entire class, so that's not gonna.
Well, now I can't see the screen share.
Eli, do you not have the option to switch to screen share at the top?
Oh, it works now. It works now.
Well, it's because I took myself off of that. Interesting. All right. Well, I normally put it on there just because if not, if I don't spotlight myself, then whenever you guys talk, it spotlights you. And then you become the one that everyone sees, and kids got all freaked out and upset with me. And so I try to make it so that it's just me that has to be embarrassed. But apparently, if this is the way it's got to be, this is the way it's got to be. So as of now, you guys can still see me. Is that correct? All right. Well, then we'll give it a try. Hey, as long as you guys can see me in the screen, then we're good to go. I don't need to have myself spotlighted as long as it works for you. All right. So let's get into our gambling and talking about issues and stuff there and try to speed. All right. Those of you who want to do gambling things, you're more than welcome to. Those of you who don't want to gamble, it's fine. If you gamble, you can gamble up to twice, and each time you win, it does gain you 3 points. Each time you lose, it does cost you a point. All right. Now I think we're good to go. Let's begin. Number 1, what is wrong with the following haiku? The ocean is blue. Forests are everywhere now. The little mouse runs. So first off, I'm seeing if you guys can do, oh, never mind. You guys are already voting. And it looks like your voting is correct. Good job, voting children. By the way to be better than my first period where I only had 5 kids with their cameras on. And of those 5, 3 of them were staring at the wall. So it was like me teaching to 2 kids, which took the fun out of things. You guys are much more entertaining, so I appreciate it. Anyway, doesn't focus on one topic. So here are the high and low numbers. Our highest, we have one that's at 100 and one that is at 99. Our 2 lowest ones are at 58 and 53, just so you have an idea of the 2 highest and 2 lowest. So you can either gamble that it's going to be one of those 2, or you can pick the number, and I'm fine with there. Ooh. So Eli, you are gambling. Let me mark you down, Eli. So hang on, Eli, you are gambling there. And ooh, we have a lot of gambling. I'm excited now. I'll have my fade in. All right. And so that was not rye, but that was sin. What you can't just say I want to gamble. You have to tell me, are you wanting to gamble high? Are you gambling on a certain number? Because if you let me choose, then I'm going to be mean to you and I'm going to pick the exact opposite of what you want because you're being big, lazy, dumb. Mr. Brobiak, did you just attack it? I did. All right, so Avery, you're saying 98. So I've written that down. And then Cooper, you're gambling at 99. All right. And Lau, 98. So those of you typing in numbers, I'm assuming you're trying to do the, all right, and hits at 98. All right. So those of you who typed numbers in, that means, oh wait, Eli, you're at 98. All right. And then Macnell's now coming in at 98. And Carson at 96. All right. We're good to go. Good to go. All right. And gambling is in. And correct. Oh, wait. With the rest of you, easy question, tough question. Sort of seeing in general where we are. Oh, all right. You guys all say easy. And answer is 93. So let's see, those of you. So those of you who said 98 is wrong, 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 wrong. 96, 95, 94. All of you lost points. None of you got that for the win because I'm not the one that chose to gamble. That was you guys that chose to gamble. All right, so there, that kid, and I'm not the one that missed the easy question with a 93% on that one. Nicely done, you guys. All right, so you can't Karen me. Again, it's not my fault kids had no idea how to answer this question. I felt the same way. Wow, that was a lot of fun on question 1. Let's go to question 2. Which of these definitions would be the strongest literal definition of this quiz is a piece of cake? Stickers. Oh, those stickers. Yes, those are adorable. All right. And then do we have answers coming in on this one for which is the literal definition? And, oh, all right. And you guys are correct. This small test is a slice of yummy dessert. Go you. Now, all right. So hang on. Senior at 86. And who else I had on there? Macnell at 99. This is fun. So Macnell, this is your last bet. You are now out of betting. Way to commit to the first 2 questions. I like the way you roll. All right, and Eli at 87. Eli, this is your last bet. And Savannah at 85. This is her first bet. All right. There we go. And no one else, right? Okay. By the way, bets are now, oh, what? Stuart, you came in right as I said it. Stuart at 90. Wow, you guys were all over the place. All right, bets are now locked. Just so you are aware, in my regular class, this was one of their lowest questions. This was in the 50% area because apparently no kid looked at their notes for what literal meant. So they had no idea what literal meant. All right, so let's go to you guys. Are you saying too late, Macnell? Wait, Macnell, too late. I've already locked yours in, Macnell. You're stuck at 99. You're just kind of, no, I'll be nice to you, Macnell. All right, so Macnell, I'll let you go to 91 because I'm not a hater. But I have no idea. Honestly, for you guys, I have no idea what it is. All right, so you guys say it's easy or hard? Let's find out. And all right. And for you guys, the answer was 87. The answer was 87, which Eli, you hit it dead on. Nicely done, Eli. And 91, you missed, Macnell, you missed it by 1. You missed it. I feel so bad for you, Macnell, by 1 point. 85 does win. So that is Savannah also coming in with a win on that one. And 90 goes down to, she had 2 on either side, 89, 88. No. So Kyla also missed it. She missed it by 1 point. So I guess Macnell missed it by 2. And then Senor, you did, Senor. I see that. You are correct. I apologize. Senor had it at 86. So Senor also gets it for 3. What a fun game already. Wow. Let's continue. Wait, Eli, what's up, Eli?
Can we add a new thing to gambling with the number gambling, where if you get it like right on the number, you get like a bonus point because you're like a smart guesser?
Of course you would say that.
I mean, even if I got it wrong.
So I'm not counting this one, but yes, moving forward, If you hit the number exactly, then yes, I will throw in a bonus point. I'm absolutely good with that one. All right. Question 3. On this one, we're not going to, so I went ahead because this was too hard to figure out how to make the screen work with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the answers. So it was simile, Sam is quick like a snake. Metaphor, Sam is a quick snake. Idiom, I couldn't find a snake one, so you're driving me up a wall. And then alliteration, Sam slapped the silly snake. So on this one, let's jump straight to the whole gambling part. Did I have anyone wanting to gamble on this one? And if not, we'll go to the, Kyra coming in with her second gamble. All right, Kyra at 80. And who else is that? Talbot with a 90. All right. And, all right, so I have Kyra and Owen, my only 2 that are currently in. Let's see. So are you guys saying this is easy or this is tough? And correct answer is 99%. 99, which means both of you guys lost because you were not within 3 points. This was our second highest one that we had. This was our second highest question overall. Even though I had 4 parts to it, you guys all got all 4 parts. So that wasn't like for a gamble. You decided I voted above 90. So that wasn't a gamble thing. That was just you being smart. It was above 90. Go you. Question 4. How does Richard Corey, I don't know why I put a the in there. How does Richard Corey demonstrate irony? All right, back to votey hands. And then I see, all right, there's a votey hand. There's a votey hand. And votey hands. And we have, correct answer should be number 2. Ah, I got you. And you are correct. The man who has the perfect life kills himself. The opposite of what we expect. Anyone wanting to risk a gamble on this one that feels strong? If not, go on. Shrugging your hands at me. All right, I'm not the one that's responsible. All right, then closing it into what? Elena going for 100? Wow, Elena. All right, so Elena's saying this is the highest one. Let's find out. Wow, 100. I like. Oh, so Ledford, you're saying this is the high one. All right, so Ledford saying high. And Miley at 98. Miley, this is your last gamble, but you won the last one. All right, so it gives me 3 gamblers. All right, and correct answer is 100%. That means all 3 of you won on that one. Savannah bringing out the 6-point win. And then who is that? Lau also with the win, and Ledford with a win. Go all 3. Too late, Carson. All 3 of you guys coming in with the win on that. So we have now gone through both of our 2 highest ones. We have no more 99 or 100s, just so you are aware. We still have low ones though, but we're out of high answers. So go you. By the way, I was low-key proud of you guys getting this as an irony question. Go you. Nice one. The being a 100%er, that brought me happiness. All right. So there. All right. What emotion or feeling do the speakers in Richard Corey, so not Richard Corey himself, the speaker in the poem, and the angels have in common? So did they have an, oh, never mind. You guys are all throwing answers at me. And yeah, those are good suggestions, right? You guys were correct. Jealousy on this one. All right. Eli, I like your background. It made me smile. Congratulations. All right. Do I have, I have Talbot with his second gamble. Talbot at 96. Wow. All right. So I have Talbot in with his second gamble and no one else. Just verifying to make sure. You have to be brave, Rush. Once you raise your hand at me, you got to type it. Now you look scared. All right, hang on. I have to give Rush confidence. Here's how we give Rush confidence. Look, Rush, it's your favorite object. See, that helps inspire you. All right, and then so there. Wait, never mind. She's typing at me. And Sophia with a 98. All right, Rush, 98. And then, Talbot dropped down to a 94. Hang on. Just to sass, hang on. Rush, before you commit to your 98, because I'm a nice person, realize you have 2 numbers on either side. you know it can't be 99 because we've already used our only 99 answer. So it means 98, 97. You should probably go 96 because that covers up to 98 and then goes down to 94. Much see, like Owen did and like Retsito did, see how they're trying to abuse the system. And Owen at 94. All right, and then to there. And then Rush coming in at 94. All right. Now we've got a gamble. And that was Rush, Owen, Valerie, Carson. Ooh, Carson saying the lowest one. All right, Carson, this is your second gamble. Ready? Let's see what we have. Survey says 67. It was not the lowest, but it was definitely nowhere near the 90s. I was also shocked how many kids missed this one, but a ton of kids put anger and love and hatred. I didn't even think those were, I just put those in as random answers. Sophia, what's up?
How could somebody get that wrong when we read both of the poems in class?
I wish I had an answer for you. I was also just as upset when I saw that one and I went back and double checked it. And I was like, how? I don't know either. I don't know if kids just didn't read it carefully or what. That's why I go back over it. But yeah, a bunch of kids missed this one. Retsito, what's up?
I'm going to have to agree because you literally said the answer for Richard, Corey, and Annabelle Lee that both of them were jealous, just not at the same time.
I'm glad you see it through my eyes. That's how I was when I wrote it. I was all excited, like, I'm going to give them such an easy question. So I even considered deleting it. I was like, maybe this is too easy of a question. I was like, nah, be nice to the kids. Give them an easy question for once. And I was going through and grading it. I'm like, what? Are you kidding? So I've got nothing. I felt the exact same way on that one. So yeah, I mean, at the end, if you remind me, I can go back and show you the actual one. It doesn't have names on it, but it'll show you like the stats and how many kids voted for all the other questions. It's amazing. Anyway, moving on from there. All right, then question 6. Which of the following similes could have been in the poem? Ooh, hang on. You don't vote for this one yet. We're going to do our first chat challenges. All right, so here, ready? We're going to throw in chat challenges. That's in there. I'm not sure if qualifies as spooky. It qualifies as special, though. I'll give you that. All right, so here's how it's going to work. Again, do not submit your answer until I hit chat challenge. All right. Looking at thumbs up question, where it says the wind hit dude and killed him like a linebacker tackling a mannequin stuffed with kittens. Aside from the fact that that is geniusly written and adorable, here's my question to you. Why is that answer wrong? So that's my question. Your chat challenge is, why is the thumbs up one wrong? So I'm going to see it. And then, you guys didn't wait for the chat challenge. You guys got way too excited. And ready? And chat challenge is in. Let's see what we have. And, ooh, no. Eli is my first one with the correct answer on the chat challenge. The correct answer being, it does not happen in the poem. He never gets killed. She dies, not him. So dude doesn't die. And then Macnil makes top 3 and Sophia makes top 3. So you didn't get points, but you do place in the top 3 so that you get to possibly go towards the chat challenge champion. So Eli got the points. Macnil, Sophia, you placed in the top 3. All right, so I'm ready. We're not done. Here's my next chat challenge question. Looking at clappy hands, the angels were angry sky goblins raining down hate upon Annabelle Lee and Dude. Why is that one wrong? So my question is, sorry, watching your expression made me, yeah, that's the expression. For this one, why is that one wrong? So that's what we're going to go for on that one. I'm guessing one of you is not answering going off that expression, but let's find out. All right, ready? Chat challenge. Someone came in early. And there's my chat challenge, and it's spelling. And let's see. Correct answer was, well, spelled wrong, but I'll still count it. Nate, you are my first official winner. So Nate gets the actual one, and then not jealous. Rye, you also don't get points, but you're on the top 3. And then Senor making the top 3. Nicely done. But Nate was the one that won because it is a metaphor. Metaphor was the reason. What's up, Sophia?
Is Chat Challenge Champion like in a row type of thing? Or is it like, you know,
Nope.
however many you get?
If you can
Okay,
get,
so I'm still in it, right?
yes. All you have to do is get 5 top 3 finishes for the week. Today, Wednesday, Thursday, and I will list you on the Chat Challenge champions. All right. But now it's a lot tougher because people are getting all competitive. All right. Oh, you say that's so easy. Kid who has not gotten one yet. I mean, didn't mean to sass a child. All right. Continuing, we have one more. You do get B points for winning the Chat Challenge. Ooh. You know what? You get points for being the chat, but I might give points for Chat Challenge champions this week also. I think I'll add that in. If you make Chat Challenge champion, I will also throw in like another 3 B points on top of things. All right. It happens to the best of us, Owen. All right, ready? Here's your last one for this one. All right. I'm not going back to last week. Nice try. You're just going to have to get better moving forward. All right. You're going down to the last one. Crying face. This is the other wrong answer. Annabelle Lee's family buried her in the ground like a flagpole on the 4th of July. Again, why is that one wrong? Your hint is, no hint. You guys don't need it. All right. So why is that one wrong? All right. Watch. I'm watching people's hands type. So I'm trying to give you guys a second to type. And then, all right. So I don't see any more typing that I can tell. All right. Ready? Chat. Challenge is in. And what do we have? Sorry, hiccup. Excuse me. All right. You are correct. She was not buried in the ground. She was buried above ground. Macnell got the win. And Macnell is now at 2 wins for the week, and she got a point.
Mr. Broviak,
You didn't type.
you
Chat
sent
challenge.
it to me directly.
I even fixed it. No. Oh, never mind.
Do I still
Macnell,
win?
we're still going to give it to you because I'm not going to rob you of that one. I apologize. I even put it on there correctly, but sometimes, I don't know, it randomly switches on me. All right, and then Macnell, and then Eli, we're still going to give it to you, even though this was a challenging one. So Eli's at 2 wins, and Zeke comes in with a win. Nicely done. And I apologize for my computer hating me. All right, it's because she was not buried in the ground. All right. All right, we have more chat challenges. We'll come back to them in a bit. All right, so on here, the correct answer was, dude was as crazy as Mr. Broviak because it was a simile and it actually happened. All right. Nate, you were not in the top 3. You are incorrect on that one. I apologize. So now, do I have anyone gambling on this one? I'm just double checking, giving you a second as we sort of go through and do thinky things. And then, all right, so something I can know. And all right, wait, you're raising your hand. Oh, second lowest. So, all right, so Senor, you're saying this qualifies in the lowest area. All right, Senor, this is your second gamble. And Cooper, I don't know what down means. I don't know. That's sort of a random statement, so I can't really count that one. And then Rush is gambling for a low. Rush, this is your last gamble also. All right, and here we go. And let's find out. So I have like 2 gamblers, and Senor and Rush are my 2 gamblers. And the answer was, oh wait, I'm gonna throw Avery in there. I just saw it at the last second. Avery also, and the answer was, so if it's going low, it's 58 or 53. 53. This was our lowest one that we had. This is the one that everybody messed up on. So that is Senor. Wow, Senor with a double win. 6 points for the week already. And then Sophia with a win. Nicely done, Sophia. And who's my other winner on that one? That was Avery with a win. Nicely done, Avery. Go you guys, yeah. I don't know how people missed this one either. I felt the same way. I thought it was, but half of the class got this wrong. 1 out of every 2 of you got this one off. Ugh. I know. Well, I mean, they're not going to be good question answerers, I'll tell you that much. I felt the same way. The right answer doesn't seem right. I mean, it could be, but none of the other ones seem right too. All right. Ooh, chat challenge. All righty, here's back. Let me double check to make sure I don't mess this one up by sending it just to Macnell. All right, into there. Okay, should be in there correctly. So again, what literary term? This goes back to Short Story Mountain, which meant you had to go back and know what Short Story Mountain was. This is a one-word answer. All right, ready? Chat is correct. Challenge is in. Let's see what we have. Boom. Correct answer being exposition. And Talbot steps in. Apparently Talbot was sharking all of you earlier. Nicely done, Talbot. Second place was Rye, who has his second top 3 win. And then Ledford with her first top 3 win. Those are my top 3. Rush, you were 4th. You were just outside of it. And then Rutsito at 5th and Macnell at 6th. So don't yell at me. They were just a little bit faster than you. It's okay, you'll survive. So there's our exposition. Do I have, yes, I know, high ping is the worst. And then, good job, Talbot, way to taunt people. Do I have anyone wanting to gamble on this one? As far as our gambling things go, and it looks like, no, and again, even if you're not gambling high or low, if you want to try and pick the number, you can, but apparently no one says. All right, so let's go with our number on this one is, oh, never mind. We have Ledford coming in, and Ledford, this is your last gamble. So Ledford, you are saying this is going to be the 58 one. Just make sure you're aware. So Ledford says low at 58. Ooh, Senor. All right, Senor, since you won both times, and Miley, since you won both times, I will give you another gamble. Since you have not lost yet, I agree to those terms. All right. So Nate, you are gambling low. Let's put Cooper on the thing. All right. There you go. I like how you guys keep making me change the rules. I'm willing to roll with that. All right. Ready? Savannah, stop letting someone beat you up. Just punch them in the face, Savannah. Punch them. Savannah, take my knife and stab them. Just reach in there and grab it. And then I'm trying to save a child. Never mind. All right. And ready? Okay, all right now though. The answer is 93. This was the one that kids did really well at. Those of you who gambled low, that was not the good time to gamble. So that was Nate who lost on a low, and Ledford who lost on a low. And who else we lose on that one? Down, 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 down. And is that all I have on there? Looks like all we have is my gambling on that one. I can see. Yep, I had Nate. All right, and then we're good to go. All right, and then to there and continuing. All right, you did win at losing. Good job. Question 8. Johnny's comments at the end of the flashback scene where he says they had scared him that much, he would kill the next person who jumped him. Nobody's ever going to beat him up like that again, not over his dead body. This one is just a boring. Tell me which one you think is correct. Throw your symbols up there to do your votey on what's the correct answer. All right, we'll go from there. And nicely done. You are correct. This was our foreshadowing one. Go you on that one. Nicely done. Anyone wanting to gamble here as far as picking the number for it? I just want to double check. And giving you guys a moment. I don't see anyone coming at me. It's not like the person coming at Savannah. All right, and then to there, she's defending herself. All right, we're good. And our answer is 93% on this one also. 93%. Let's go to question 9. The second paragraph of chapter 1. I had a long walk home and no company, but I usually loaned it anyway for no reason except I like to watch movies undisturbed, and they kept going from there. Which one of these is what we are supposed to learn about Pony Boy? I have, Watkins is already, I don't even have the answer in yet, Watkins, and you're already going for the low? All right, so there. Correct answer should be, he likes fantasy stories more than real life, the heart bubble one. He has had a real friend. He talks a whole bunch about his real friends. He could get some, he lists like 5 people who could have gone with him and considers himself a negative person, is the only one that maybe could have worked, except he keeps talking about what a happy person he is. So that's the only other one that would have been close, and hardly anyone chose that one anyway. So go you. All right. So I have people gambling. Hang on. We have Sydney with her first gamble. All right. So Sydney going with the low. And then Colleen coming in. All right, Colleen with your third one. There's Colleen with her third one. And all right, Owen, you have already gambled twice, so you're out of luck. And Savannah, all right. So both of our big spenders are coming in again. And Savannah, the Brovey cult are the people who seem to be addicted to my class, and all they do is talk about my class and weird stuff like that. I picked up on it from conversations from kids. All right, ready? And the correct answer on this one would be, so those of you who are saying low, was that the 58 one? And it was the 58 one. You were correct. Those of you who gambled low, nicely done. All right, so low. Who was that? That was Savannah, who's, holy cow, Savannah, who's gained 9 points so far. And that would also be Senor, who has gained 9 points so far. And Watkins with her first win. Nicely done, Watkins. All right. Let's go to number 2. We've now gotten both of our low ones out. We've gotten both of the high ones and both of the low ones. So you know it can't be below 58 and it can't go 99 or higher. Here, the greaser's reaction to their friends sobbing can best be described as there's a whole bunch of them. Johnny went on, I spelled swallowing wrong. That's embarrassing. Ignoring Soda's command, a blue Mustang full. I got so scared. He tried to swear, blah, blah, blah. All right. So you guys are throwing in answer. Oh, nicely done. I'm assuming that's a crying face and you're not just cheering me on. We go, Mr. Broviak. I appreciate it. I was doing really well. And you are correct. Compassion for his misery. They're trying to be good people from there. All right. Do I have anyone gambling on this one? Wow, Colleen. I like how you're gambling on yourself kind of there. Nicely done. Way to, the student of the week line. I saw you trying to pull off on that one. You're trying to, you know what? Quite honestly, this could be what goes into student of the week because this is the kind of stuff I look for. So, I mean, NGL myself, it's possible. All right, I have no one gambling. So let's go with the answer is 84%, right in that middle area. 11, when Cherry thinks that Ponyboy might like sunsets, it could be described as this when you had to go through there and know what the words mean and then sort of connect it to what was going on. And apparently we're cheering on Mr. Broviak again. Yay, Mr. Broviak, he's doing a good job. I like it. And you are correct. It shows that she is perceptive. This one scared you. That's kind of exciting. Oh, Colleen, wow. All right. So Colleen, big spender, going for gamble number 4 until she loses. All right. Colleen at 96. Except for the psychic one. I'm glad. I was pretty, if it helps, I did not, a lot of these outsiders ones, I did not write. They're like high level, advanced level questions I have to include onto it. So I actually didn't write these except for that answer. So that's partly why. All right. And let's see. So you gambled 96. So if it's anywhere from 98 to 94, you win. And the answer is 91. Colleen finally gets knocked off that undefeated spot, which leaves just poor Savannah as my lone remaining undefeated. But Colleen, you could have gone for the win. If you'd taken that one, you would have been able to beat her and put you into the lead. That's not what happened. That's okay. Let's keep going with question 12. What did Ponyboy mean at the end of chapter 1 when he said, I lie to myself all the time, but I never believe me? And wow, sort of worked out like the same thing every time. By the way, that was not on purpose that it seemed to work out that way. Let's go with, you are correct. It should be that one. And Colleen, I was going to let you keep gambling until you lost. You could have taken the whole bank. You could have come out of this with like 30 B points and just gone home giggling. But that's okay. I'm okay with you taking away 8 points. So I have anyone gambling on this one? Thanks, Owen. All right, then our answer, I have no one gambling, and 93. It looks like a lot of them are right there in that 93. Seems like if you guys wanted to gamble, like gambling right around that 91, 92 area would be safe. He says, trying to lure kids in. Question number 13. Ponyboy states it'd be a miracle if Dally loved anything. The idea that Dally cares only about himself is contradicted when Dally says, let's see if, Owen, you didn't cry at my face this time, you sassy child. And you are correct again. You ought to know better than to run away in a sweatshirt, and a wet one at that. Colleen is fake gambling because Colleen is out of gambles. Nice try, Colleen. I'm not falling for it. Do I have anyone else who's going for the gamble? Wow, Savannah's been inspired. She is going to try and take you. All right, Smiley. Let's see what you got. And 1, 2. Savannah at 95. All right, and let's find out. And wait, so 95 means you have 97 to 93. So 93 to 97. And 71. Holy moly. That was not even close. I mean, I can't knock you on that one because I kind of thought I'd forgotten what it was too because I typed these in this morning. And so, yes, you were the closest on that one. Uh-oh. And then Zeke, you got lucky. I did not see your gamble come in, so I can't officially count it because I did not verbally commit to it. So, woo, thank goodness you didn't win because that would have been bad. But yeah, this was, I don't know how everyone missed this one also, but this was apparently a struggle one. All right. By the way, this was a chat challenge question for those of you who pay attention to your chat challenges. The point of view for this one. So what is our point of view here? Okay, there's one coming in, and I mean, in theory, I was hoping this one should have been really easy for you. And you are correct. Should have been first person pony boy. That's why we don't know his name for like the first 5 pages because it's being told from him to us. So in theory, I thought this was easy. Plus, I gave you guys the answer. But you already know this was not our easiest questions at 99 and 100 because we've already had those. So obviously some people missed it. Now, do I have anyone gambling on this one? I mean, we're out of our big gamblers. No, Talbot, but a good try. I like your tee-hee. And oh, now Zeke comes in. Zeke, I officially see you this time. All right, Zeke with her gamble at 93 and no one else. So at 93, that gives you from 91 to 95. And the correct answer is 91. Zeke with a win. Nicely done, Zeke. All right, Zeekles. 2, 3. Go you. Last question. After leaving town to look for the church, Ponyboy's lie to the farmer that he is simply playing army with friends demonstrates that he, Owen with the first answer. All right. And anyone else coming in with an answer? Oh, there you go. Copying you. And correct answer should be, is correct. Should be the thumbs up. He has a sense, is untrustworthy. No, we know he can be trusted. Reads too much. That has nothing to do with it at all. Has a strong imagination. So these other ones don't even really have anything to do with that part at all. So hopefully the survival one popped up. So I'm just looking at my end. That's fine. I can understand that, Owen. Because I'm glad that I can get you addicted to betting, Colleen. It's the least I can do. All right. Do I have anyone not fake betting? And our last one looks like no. We are good. Nope, another fake bet. You totally don't. You know who says that? People who are addicted. All right. Yes, I would agree on that one. And our correct answer is 64%. This was our third lowest one that we had. Again, I don't know why it was so tough, but apparently it was. Well done. Enough gambling until next week. Way to add more fun into it, but not done with chat challenges. We still get to have those fun things going for us. All right, here are our next checkpoints moving forward. The drawback is you guys are going to have to do a lot of reading on your own. I will be doing some reading, but a lot more just discussing with you. Like this week, chapter 8 for you guys is due Thursday, Friday. Thursday for you, Friday for my third period. And so I don't think we're going to get a chance to read much of any of that together. We might do some reading tomorrow, but those of you who want to read ahead, I will let you tune me out and just read on your own if you want. And for those of you who enjoy reading, then yes, there's every chance you're going to end up reading the whole book. That does not surprise me at all. Again, the drawback is you now know about all the deathy things that are going to happen and the sad things that are going to happen, and you just can't ruin all the deathy and the sad things. Owen, I don't understand your question. Pretty much everything I've told you is just for advanced. Not my my regular kids, they have all different checkpoint things. It's just for you guys, if that helps out. All right, and then I was reading without me. I know what kind of kid in an advanced English class reads a book for the enjoyment of it because they enjoy the book? That's just crazy. And I feel the same way. Oh, Squidkins, what's up?
So will we need to read just chapter 8 or like through chapter 8?
Till the end of chapter 8. So you're gonna have to read 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 chapters. So I know, again, you can use the audiobook if you want, or you can flare me. The quiz, I mean, my regular kids took a quiz, but theirs was over a whole different book. So your quiz was over your guys' stuff, and their quiz was over their guys' stuff. So those numbers were just you in third period, and that was it. Like those numbers did not include regular kids at all. It was just you. And then I would agree, and then I agree. Wow, I mean, could be. And don't, I mean, I was Team Edward a little bit too, so I'm gonna get too much on that one. All right, and then to here. All right, let me see, blog, get rest. There, we covered that. I want to cover the old stuff again. Did that. We now have the fountain in the park. We're good to go there. The whole drowny, blub thing. And then we got to the jacket. And now we find out what happened to there. All right, then, all right. I do want to read with you for a bit because not all of you guys have Edward Cullen. Oh, he's on my ceiling right there from Twilight. Team Jacob and Team Edward. He's a vampire. He sparkles. He's adorable. And he's also kind of creepy because he's like hundreds of years old and he marries a teenager, which if you think about it is incredibly creepy, but it's romantic because it's a teen book. They're like, oh, that's romantic. Until you realize, like, wait a minute, isn't he like 150? Like, yes, but he looks young. Just because a man looks young does not mean he should marry a teenager. Sorry, that's my opinion. Mr. Brobiak, it got real creepy up in here. I feel the same way. Kyra, I talked about marrying old men and you raised your hand. What's up, Kyra?
Is there any child death because I have child?
Oh, and the part coming up, no, we are currently child death free for a little bit.
Okay.
But we are coming up on my favorite part of the book, which we won't actually get a chance to talk about probably till tomorrow, but there's no death yet. Squidkins, you still have your hand up, or I just forget to lower it. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't ignoring you. Okay, you're good to go. I didn't want to ignore you if it wasn't on purpose. All right, then so there, and Yeezys. All right, let's see. There. Ouch, Colleen. I'm sorry, I was just distracted. I did not see you attacking me so soon. So here's my picture of abandoned church, where they are. Let's see, so we're on page 68, starting of chapter 5. I'm going to do a little bit of reading with you guys, and then you guys are going to need to finish chapter 5 on your own tonight. We're going to talk, well, by Wednesday, because we're going to talk about chapter 5 in class on Wednesday, because that's my favorite scene. Hang on, I'm going to lie to you. I think it's in chapter 5. It might be chapter 6. No, wait, no, never mind. My favorite scene's coming up in chapter 6, so we have a little bit more time. Page 68. I woke up late in the afternoon. For a second, I didn't know where I was. You know how it is when you wake up in a strange place and wonder where in the world you are until memory comes rushing over you like a wave. I'd half convinced myself that I had dreamed everything that had happened the night before. I'm really home in bed, I thought. It's late and both Derry and Soda Pop are up. Derry's cooking breakfast, and in a minute, he and Soda will come in and drag me out of bed and wrestle me down and tickle me until I think I'll die if they don't stop. It's me and Soda's turn to do the dishes after we eat, and then we'll all go outside and play football. Johnny and Two-Bit and I will get Derry on our side since Johnny and I are so small and Derry is the best player. It'll go like the usual weekend morning. I tried telling myself that while I lay on the cold rock floor wrapped up in Dallie's jacket and listening to the wind rushing through the trees' dry leaves outside. Finally, I quit pretending and pushed myself up. I was stiff and sore from sleeping on that hard floor, but I'd never slept so soundly. I was still groggy. I pushed off Johnny's jeans jacket, which had somehow gotten thrown across me, and blinked, scratching my head. It was awful quiet, with just the sound of rushing wind in the trees. Suddenly, I realized that Johnny wasn't there. "Johnny!" I called loudly, and that old wooden church echoed me. "Honey, honey, honey." I looked around wildly, almost panic-stricken, but then caught sight of some crooked lettering in the dust on the floor. "Went to get supplies. Be back soon, JC." Ooh, all right. I don't even know if anyone can get this. This might be a chat challenge that no one gets. Let's find out. So it's signed JC. Can you give me who JC is? But you have to give me both letters, the J and the C. And no, we're not talking about the JC in our class. That's a different JC, unless you're thinking, Mr. Broviac, is Jean-Claude in the book? No, neither is it Jesus Christ, who I had kids earlier thinking it was. Like all of a sudden, Jesus Christ himself had come down and was like writing in the dust. He was like, oh, Jesus was here. That's not who it's referring to. So I need both J name and C name. All right. I don't know if it said it yet in the book, so this could be a thing where I'm wrong. All right. Ready? And chat challenge. And we have, and correct answer would be Johnny Cade. Johnny Cade. And so the correct answer would be Rye is the one that got it. And Rye with his first official win. Rye, you are now 3 wins in the top 3. And then Macknell, Macknell also at 3 wins. And not John Cooper. Squidkins is now at 2 wins so far. Nicely done. Apparently it was in there. So Johnny Cade is the correct answer. Johnny Cade. Who are you guys? All right. And then, all right. Well, John Cena is a good answer, and that does make me smile. But that would, and it's not John Cena, not John Cessna. Goodness gracious. All right. I sighed and went to the pump to get a drink. The water from it was like liquid ice, and it tasted funny, but it was water. I splashed some on my face, and that woke me up pretty quick. I wiped my face off on Johnny's jacket and sat down on the back steps. The hill the church was on dropped off suddenly about 20 feet from the back door, and you could see for miles and miles. It was like sitting on the top of the world. When you haven't got anything to do, you remember things in spite of yourself. I could remember every detail of the whole night, but it had the unreal quality of a dream. It seemed much longer than 24 hours since Johnny and I had met Dally at the corner of Pickett and Sutton. Maybe it was. Maybe Johnny had been gone a whole week and I just slept. Maybe he'd already been worked over by the fuzz. Excuse me, and was waiting to get the electric chair since he couldn't tell. Sorry, keep hiccuping. He couldn't tell where I was. Maybe Dally had been killed in a car wreck or something, and no one would ever know where I was. And then I just die up here alone and turn into a skeleton. My overactive imagination was running away with me again. Sweat ran down my face and back, and I was trembling. My head swam, and I leaned back and closed my eyes. I guess it was partly delayed shock. Finally, my stomach calmed down, and I relaxed a little, hoping that Johnny would remember cigarettes. I was scared, sitting there by myself. I heard someone coming up through the dead leaves toward the back of the church, and I ducked inside the door. Then I heard a whistle, long and low, ending in a sudden high note. I knew that whistle well enough. It was used by us and the Shepherd gang for Who's There. I returned it carefully, then darted out the door so fast I fell off the steps and sprawled flat under Johnny's nose. I propped myself on my elbows and grinned up at him. Hey, Johnny, I fancy meeting you here. He looked down at me over a big package. I swear, pony boy, you're getting to act more like 2-Bit every day. I tried unsuccessfully to cock an eyebrow. Who's acting? I rolled over and sprang up, happy that someone was there. What'd you get? Come on inside. Dally told us to stay inside. We went in. Johnny dusted off the table with his jack and started taking things out of the sack and lining them up neatly. A week's supply of bologna, 2 loaves of bread, a box of matches. I got tired of watching him do it all, so I started digging into the sack myself. Whee! I sat down on a dusty chair and stared. A paperback copy of Gone with the Wind? How'd you know I always wanted one? Johnny reddened. I remembered you saying something about it once. And me and you went to see that movie, remember? I thought you could maybe read it out loud, help kill time or something. Gee, thanks. I put the book down reluctantly. I wanted to start it right then. Peroxide, deck of cards. Suddenly I realized something. Johnny, wait, you ain't thinking of... Johnny sat down and pulled out his knife. We're going to cut our hair and you're going to bleach yours. He looked at the ground carefully. They'll have our descriptions in the paper. We can't fit them. Oh no! My hand flew to my hair. No, Johnny, not my hair. It was my pride. It was long and silky, just like Soda's, only a little redder. Our hair was tough. We didn't have to use much grease on it. Our hair labeled us greasers too. It was our trademark. The one thing we were proud of. Maybe we couldn't have Corvairs or Madras shirts, but we could have hair. We'd have to anyway if we got caught. You know the first thing the judge does is make you get a haircut. I don't see why, I said sourly. Dally could just as easily mug somebody with short hair. I don't know either. It's just a way of trying to break us. They can't really do anything to guys like Curly Shepherd or Tim. They've had about everything done to them, and they can't take anything away from them because they don't have anything in the first place. So they cut their hair. I looked at Johnny imploringly. Johnny sighed. I'm going to cut mine too and wash the grease out, but I can't bleach it. I'm too dark skinned to look okay blonde. Oh, come on, pony boy. It'll grow back. Okay, I said wide-eyed. Get it over with. Sorry. Quick pause here. So what they're talking about, for those of you who are unfamiliar, no, not that part. We're not too Gone with the Wind yet. When he talks about the book Gone with the Wind, when he was pulling it out of the bag, they're going to refer to this a whole bunch more. This was written like back in, I don't know, 1912, 1915, something like that. And it's set back during the Civil War, so like the 1850s. So it's from a long time ago. This is the book they're talking about. It's all about it looks all romantic-y, but it was all about fighting back at the time. But he's talking about hydrogen peroxide. This is what they're going to use on their hair. Hydrogen peroxide is that brown bottle that you sort of have in the bathroom that when you were a kid, if you ever like scuffed your knee and had like the scab and your parents like pour it on there and it would bubble and hurt, that's what they're talking about. Two things with it. One, it does work like it can change your hair color. Now, it's not like a hair dye. It's more like if you go to the pool in the summertime a lot and your hair changes colors, like some people, if you go there enough and you go out in the pool and the chlorine gets in there in the sun, it'll make your hair lighter. That's what this does. If you put it in your hair and leave it there, it'll lighten the color of your hair. The other thing is hydrogen peroxide actually does not clean wounds. So if your parents ever put it into a wound to clean it, it wasn't actually doing anything. Everybody thinks it does, but if you Google hydrogen peroxide, you can find out that it actually doesn't. It's an old wives' tale that it's actually supposed to clean. I found that out the hard way with my daughters when I was making them, when they fell off their bike and I was pouring it on. They're like, it hurts, Daddy, it hurts. I'm like, it's good for you. Like, no, it's not. So I'm like, listen, I'll Google it and show it to you. So I Googled it and I went, uh-oh, because Google says hydrogen peroxide is a wives' tale. It does not actually clean any better than soap and water, but it hurts a whole lot more. So apparently you do that if you hate your children and you want to put them into pain. Kyra, you look so excited about kids being put into pain. What's up, Kyra?
That happened to me once. This kid, he stabbed me in the hand with a pencil. He actually goes to our school now. And and
okay.
And he
hey,
and
hey,
my parents.
hi.
my
I
parents,
got a weird child here standing.
my parents poured hydrogen peroxide all over it, and it really hurt. And now I'm upset to find out that it didn't actually do anything.
Hi.
Hello, young baby child. That's so nice of you. I've got a feeling, Kyra, she was quoting you when she kept saying, I have a strange child here. I don't think she was referring to you. I've got a feeling she was referring to herself. That could just be a guess. Also, the hydrogen peroxide, to give you an idea, this is what it looks like. That's the Brad Pitt, who goes from dark hair to light hair. So I tried to find 2 pictures of Brad Pitt to show you the idea of that dark hair to light hair. So that's, I don't know why you find it that funny. It's just a picture of Brad Pitt with blonde hair. But Johnny says that he can't do it because with Johnny, they can both cut their hair. But Johnny, we're going to find out later, has like dark, he's like Mexican to him. So he's got a little bit of darker skin. So if he goes blonde, he's going to definitely stand out because Pony Boy's Lily White Blonde Boy. So, or Lily White Boy. So he's fine. He can go blonde without an issue. But Johnny cannot because he's got darker skin. And if he went blonde hair, it would definitely look kind of weird. So that's what they're getting into here. All right. Excuse me. So then continuing on page 72. Okay, I said wide-eyed, get it over with. Johnny flipped out the razor edge of his switch, took hold of my hair, and started sawing on it. I shuddered. Not too short? Johnny, please. Oh, by the way, real quick, the last time this knife was used, just so you think about it, the knife that they're using to cut their hair was when they stabbed Bob. So it probably still has bits of Bob on it. Just to think about that. Oh, never mind. I'm watching you guys think about it right now from your facial expressions. Thank you. That's your gift. All right. Finally, it was over with. My hair looked funny, scattered over the floor in tufts. It's lighter than I thought it was, I said, examining it. Can I see what I look like now? No, Johnny said, slowly staring at me. We gotta bleach it first. After I'd sat in the sun for 15 minutes to dry the bleach, Johnny let me look in the old cracked mirror we'd found in a closet. I did a double take. My hair was even lighter than soda pops. I'd never combed it to the side like that. It just didn't look like me. It made me look younger and scareder too. Boy, howdy, I thought. This really makes me look tough. I look like a blasted pansy. I was miserable. Johnny handed me the knife. He looked scared too. Cut the front, then out the rest. I'll comb it back after I wash it. Johnny, you can't wash your hair in that freezing water in this weather. You'll get a cold. He only shrugged. Go ahead and cut it. I did the best I could. He went ahead and washed it anyway, using the bar of soap he'd bought. I was glad I had to run away with him instead of Two-Bit or Steve or Dally. That'd be one thing they'd never think of. Soap. I gave him Dally's jacket to wrap up in. He sat shivering in the sunlight on the back steps, leaning against the door, combing his hair back. It was the first time I could see that he even had eyebrows. He didn't look like Johnny. His forehead was whiter where his bangs had been. It would have been funny if we hadn't been so scared. He was still shivering with cold. I guess we're disguised. I leaned back next to him sullenly. I guess so. Oh, shoot, Johnny said with fake cheerfulness. It's just hair. Shoot, nothing. It took me a long time to get that hair just the way I wanted it. And besides, this just ain't us. It's like being in a Halloween costume we can't get out of. Well, we got to get used to it, Johnny said with finality. We're in big trouble, and it's our looks or us. I started eating the candy bar. I'm still tired. To my surprise, the ground blurred, and I felt tears running down my cheeks. I brushed them off hurriedly. Johnny looked as miserable as I felt. I'm sorry I cut your hair off, Pony Boy. Oh, it ain't that, I said between bites of chocolate. I mean, not all of it. I'm just a little spooky. I really don't know what's the matter. I'm just mixed up. I know, Johnny said through chattering teeth as we went inside. Things have been happening so fast. I put my arm across his shoulders to warm him up. Two-Bit should be in that little one-horse store. Man, we're in the middle of nowhere. Nearest house is 2 miles away. Things were laying out wide open, just waiting for somebody slick like Two-Bit to come and pick him up. He could have walked out with half the store. He leaned back beside me. I could feel him trembling. Good old two-bit, he said in a quavering voice. He must have been as homesick as I was. Remember how he was wisecracking last night? Last night. I mean, just last night we were walking Cherry and Marsha over to Two-Bits. I mean, just last night we were laying in the lot, looking up at the stars and dreaming. Stop it! Johnny gasped between clenched teeth. Shut up about last night. I killed a kid last night. He couldn't have been over 17 or 18, and I killed him. How'd you like to live with that? I held him like Soda had held him the day we found him lying in the lawn. I didn't mean to, he finally blurted out, but they were drowning you, and I was so scared. It was quiet for a minute. Sure is a lot of blood in people. He got up suddenly, began pacing back and forth, slapping his pockets. And what are we going to do? I was crying by then. It was getting dark. I was cold and lonesome. I closed my eyes and leaned my head back, but the tears came anyway. This is my fault, Johnny said in a miserable voice. You'd stopped crying when I had started, for bringing a little 13-year-old kid along. You ought to go home. You can't get in any trouble. You didn't kill him. No, I'm 14. I've been 14 for a month, and I'm in as much as you are. I'll stop crying in a minute. I can't help it. He slumped down beside me. I didn't mean it like that, Pony Boy. Don't cry, Pony. We'll be okay. Just don't cry. I leaned against him, bawled until I went to sleep. I woke up late that night. Johnny was resting against the wall. I was asleep on his shoulder. Hey, Johnny, you awake? I was warm and sleepy. Yeah. We ain't gonna cry no more, are we? No. We all cried out now. We're getting used to the idea. We're gonna be okay now. That's what I thought, I said drowsily. Then, for the first time since Dowie and I'd sat down behind those girls in the nightly double, I relaxed. We could take whatever was coming now. Those are what we call famous last words. It's like in the movies when the old police officer is like, I'm gonna retire after my shift tonight. And then all of a sudden, like the bank robbery happens, everything goes crazy. Same thing. He just said, I can take whatever's gonna happen. Nothing more bad can happen than what we just saw. So your homework is going to be finished chapter 5 for Wednesday. If you don't, it's not the end of the world, but we're going to be talking about what happens in chapter 5. And then hopefully getting into chapter 6, where we get to my favorite scene in the whole book. And again, I'll even tell you this part. Nobody dies in chapter 6. It's not connected to death, but it is still now there is death coming. It's just not this part. There's just a scene coming up that I really enjoy. Those of you who have finished the book, I'll be curious to know if you know which scene is my favorite scene, but we'll save that for another day. That day being Wednesday. Carson.
I was literally just gonna ask if your favorite scene involved somebody dying.
No, there you go. It does not. It's even better than that. It's a fun scene, but not a deathy scene. And when we get to it, you'll absolutely understand why it's my favorite scene. All right, I'm done with you guys for today. Your only homework is to hopefully finish chapter 5 or turn in the late work if you have it. All right, see you guys later. Hoots to my boots. Stop recording.